happen in your life, especially when you're looking at making a change. We're going to tell you the single most important thing that you want to know and that you want to have and that you want to have happen to you. My name is Cathy McReynolds, guys, and I am the founder of Bible Business Academy. Our goal is to help you build a business with purpose and profit using biblical principles. So if you desire to grow a business, you want to tune in. Pretty much 6 days a week, we'll be coming to you around 10 o'clock-ish. I'm trying to set a time for us to be able to do that Monday through Saturday, where we're going to be helping you with tips on how to make that happen. And if you want to have further help and actually get it done in 30 days, you can go to BibleBusinessAcademy.com, and join our course to help you to get that started or to grow it. And if you already have it started, then you want to make sure you send me a message and we can talk to you about our advanced programs that we have available for you. So guys, I'm excited to be here to help you guys out today. And what I'm going to do, and I'm going to ask you to do the same thing for me, if you don't mind. Can you go ahead and hit that share button? Let's go ahead and get this out to some people so that we can help more people change their life. I mean, let's make this the year of life-changing events, the year that life will change. We're in 2021, in case whenever you're catching this. So if you're catching this during the live or replay, you know what's going on, or maybe it's a year from now, 2 years from now. So a lot of people have had setbacks in 2020 with everything that has gone on. And you know what? They don't have to define you in a negative way. They can define you in a positive way so that you can bring those lessons into a new year and do something great with it. And I'm going to get this shared out into our group as well. And then we're going to go ahead and get this party started, y'all. We're going to talk about today the single most important thing that you need to know about setbacks. So make sure that you stay around to the end, because that's going to be the last thing that I share. And make sure you guys check out the verse of today and just utilize it. Like, utilize life to help you, utilize the Bible to help you build your life and to build your business and make it, I don't know. There's just so much joy and peace in building a business when you have the Bible, the God, Jesus to rely on to help you to get to where you want to go. So let's go ahead and get started. So if you're that person, because I know, like, I've had setbacks, in business and in life, just like everyone else. I've been an entrepreneur for about 25 years. And there's been times when I've lost everything. I remember back in 2008 when we had, when the world crashed back then, I foreclosed on my home. I lost my Mercedes. I lost everything. And that one year in 2008, I moved back to Ohio, where I had to start where I chose at that time, because I didn't have the mindset that I have now to go get a job for a year. That was the only year within 25 years that I've ever worked for someone. And it's because I felt defeated at that moment. I felt like I had failed. And for about a good 6 months, I had that feeling that I had failed and I didn't know how to get out of it. But thank God, over the 13 years prior to that, I had always kept, God, personal development, things like that in my head. So eventually, all of those thoughts, and I kept those habits up, it got me out of that funk. And a year later, I left that job. And after I left there, a year after that, I made a 6-figure income again, being an independent contractor and just working for myself. And then multiple 6 figures after that, up and down, up and down. That's how it's been in business and in life. So I don't ever want you to feel like you can't do it. Like, if you lost something or something didn't work out, then that's it. It's over. It's not. So let's talk about the things that you want to do and make happen in your life. You want to use these trials and tribulations as lessons to define who you want to become. So number one, here's how you want to do that. You want to reflect on that moment. So when I look back at 2008, or if I look back at it, any moment of a disappointment, a setback, a moment you went off on somebody and you know that you shouldn't have, whatever your trial was at that moment, you got to reflect, go away from the situation, preferably the same day, preferably the same hour if you can. And number one, reflect on that moment. Ask yourself in that moment, how did you feel? And that's important to know, how did you feel? Because a lot of times we're not taught to get in touch with our feelings. And because of that, we let our feelings control our life. And that's what you don't want to do. You don't want to let your feelings control your decisions, because when you do that, there's a lot of regret and pain in that. So you don't want that to happen. The second thing is, why do you feel the way you felt? Like, what is it that, why did you feel that way? And you got to be honest. Like, when I was telling you guys about losing my business, I remember that moment, and it's been like 12 years ago. I remember that moment when I said I quit. And I felt that way is because I was tired. I was just like, I'm not going to fight anymore. And here's the challenge that I had. I was fighting by myself, and I was not fighting with God. I didn't let him take control of that. And because I didn't let him take control of that at that moment, because I didn't know how, then I was defeated. Nowadays, like, that would never happen ever again. And I can't say ever on that. There's some things you should never say ever, ever, ever on, but I don't look at defeat the same, since I know how God operates in my life and what he said he will do. So that's important. And then, what do you want to happen? Okay, so what? You made a mistake, you lost, you got your feelings hurt, you got disappointed, someone went against you. What would you have wanted to happen? And then decide that, what would you have wanted to happen? And then, do you have control over that? Are you able to control that outcome? If it's involving another person, absolutely not. You can control how you react to it, but you can't control how they're going to react. So you must decide how you want to act, who you want to become, and then you can move forward from that. So number two, guys, you want to reveal who you are. This is so important, to know who you are, to know how you want to act, and to know the things that you want to do. So when you reveal who you are and how you want to act and how you want to respond, those are the times that define you. Those are the times that you can say, you know what? Do I want to be that person who gets upset, who yells, who cuss someone out, who quits? You know what? All of those things. Is that who I want to be? Is that really who I want to be? How do I want to handle things? And when you start asking yourself these questions and have a sincere desire to get an answer for them, you can begin to change things. And all of these are so important when you're running a business, when you're leading people, when you're putting things out there. You have to be the leader in all of these situations and make things happen. And just ask yourself, hey, what could I have done better? What could I have done better? Now, you can't go back and change that situation, but you can alter how you behave in the future. And then the next thing you want to do, what will you do the next time that you're faced with that? And you just got to make some decisions. Now, listen, you could, in the moment, sometimes we just react the way that we said, we had it all planned out, we were going to do this and act this way, and then it happened, and it's like, boom, you lost it again. It's okay. I mean, think of a story in the Bible where Peter got angry and he cut the guy's ear off, and Jesus is like, yo, bud, hold up, let's not do that, right? And he was with Jesus at that time. So I don't want you to beat yourself up because you had a plan in place and you couldn't carry it through. That's okay. But as time goes on, you'll be able to rebound a lot quicker. And that's what it's all about. Number three, you want to revisit that moment. So when you revisit that moment, based on what you revealed about yourself, ask yourself, how would you prefer to act? Then act accordingly. How would you want to do it? How would you want to be remembered at? How do you want to be looked at? And this is like building a muscle. It's like going to the gym. It takes time. It's not going to happen overnight. And you can't get there and do it one or two times and think you don't have to continue this habit for the rest of your life. Because if you go to the gym, you get in shape, you lose a lot of weight, and then all of a sudden you're like, yay, I did it. I don't ever have to work out again. I don't ever have to eat right anymore. You're going to get fat again, right? It's the same thing when it comes to developing who you want to become. If you don't continuously, daily practice these habits, you will revert back to the old you, and you want to redefine yourself at all times. And then the last one, guys, and the one that I talk about, the single most important thing that you want to do is to release it and let it go and let God take over and take control. So just pray and ask God to give you what you need to become who he wanted you to become, who he saw you as. It's just like any parent. When your kids are born, you see them as something great. You see them as having a life of abundance, of great love, of all of these things. You see that. That's the same thing he sees for us. But so just because you get off track a little doesn't mean you're going to stay off track. And it's okay. And then this is so important. Forgive yourself and forgive others. You don't want to ever hold on to that anger. I see so many people that are, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, and they're still holding on to things that their parents did to them, to their childhood, or what they went through. And I'm not saying that you should discount those things, but why would you let a moment in your life define your entire life? At some point, you got to make a decision that you're in control. It's about what you decided you wanted to do with your life, and you go and you make that happen. And then I call these the last one, repeat constantly a faith affirmation. What's a faith affirmation? It's a scripture from the Bible that becomes your affirmation that you, once you say it, you can then humanize it and say something like, for example, I can do all things through Christ who strengthened me. If I say that every single day, and then I can turn around and on top of that is like, I got this, God, I know that you're going to help me build a business that helps millions of people, and I'll earn millions of dollars. So that's a faith affirmation. I call them faith affirmations. Make sure you keep those going in your head whenever these moments that your mind starts to tell you that you're not worthy, that setback, that you should get revenge, that this is not going to happen. Pop those faith affirmations in your mindset. You can say them out loud, say them in your head, but keep repeating them over and over again until they take over your subconscious mind. And then all of a sudden, when you're going through these setbacks, when things are happening, all of a sudden it starts to reveal in you who you are, and you'll see the change. I want you to celebrate the change, and I want you to get excited. So I hope that helped you out, guys. If you want more information on how to grow a business using biblical principles, make sure you go to BibleBusinessAcademy.com. If you got a question for me, you can leave it in the comments. I respond to all comments. Make sure you join our free Facebook group where we'll be getting additional training and insights inside that group, and also the conversations that will be going on there. And if you join our daily our 30-day class, just give you guys a little background on that. Monday through Friday, we literally on Zoom, you'll be live with us on the Zoom. We come on there to help you to grow your business, give you a chance to meet the other people who are in the training class as well. So together you guys can form a community of people, a community of believers, a community of people who want to have God be their CEO of the business and be the guide. So I appreciate you guys. Make sure that you follow us so you know when we go live. We're going to be doing that pretty much at 10 o'clock every day, Monday through Saturday. And then also, if you can also follow us on YouTube. So just hit the follow button. You can read it all down there. All right, y'all, have a great day, and we will see you later.